Before I proceed with this video, I just want to give you a heads up. Half of the video will be me talking about my progress with the Road to Big Grin series, but the other half is me talking about the Easter dip and maintaining your buy orders. 2 months ago, I made part 4 for the Road to Big Grin series, and things were looking really good back then. But right now, well, things might have taken a bit of a turn. So let's proceed. Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're right, 'cause it's time for Road to Big Grin Part 5. Now, we've got quite a lot to cover today, so look in the description, scroll down, all the chapters are there. You might notice some interesting things we'll be talking about. And of course, if you go back to this video, you can easily navigate and, go back to those certain points that might have interested you. So, Hedge, what's going on? Part 5, it's pretty quick, isn't it? Because, didn't we literally just have, like, a video 2 months ago? Yes, we did. Part 4, changes made during post-Christmas, January 2026. Oh, prices were doing very, very good back then. And I might have been making some sweet, delicious profit. Oh, yes, indeed I was. But right now it's the end of March. The end of March of 2026, and things aren't looking so bright and sunshiny and colourful and whatnot. No, it's quite dim and rainy and sad. What's up? All of the funds might have disappeared. How did that happen? Well, if you aren't fully well aware, right now we're going through the Easter dip. And this usually occurs between March and April time every single year. I've actually uploaded a video literally talking about that. Quite a lot of context in regards to the Easter dip will be in this video. And again, there's chapters there, so you can always skip ahead if you want to. But I put the warnings out there, trying to make sure that people were well aware of what's likely going to happen and expectations of potential problems. Again, during a dip period, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It's a great time to buy in. But if you have a lot of buy orders put down, you might find out that you might be seeing a lot of those buy orders go through. And that's something I've been seeing a lot of people talking about in my comments on YouTube recently. Hedge, do these buy orders that you do actually work? Yes, they do. You're about to find out, don't you worry. So, okay, cool, understood. Shall we proceed and start properly talking about the actual video? So, as I said, part 4 of this series, things were looking very bright, looking like everything was going to work out nicely. I had a lot of funds to work with. I even made a mistake. I accidentally bought a Whiteout Kilt. But now let me go ahead and show you the help account. Do you notice a problem? Do you notice how over to here I have no funds? Where did all the funds go? Where did the Steam wallet go? Yeah, it might have been spent. Now, this is not me literally saying, you know what, I'm going to go buy that. I'm going to go buy that. No. This is just buy orders. So throughout all of 2026, we've had quite a lot of interesting rust stores and whatnot. And of course, we've seen lots of very interesting skins. And for basically every single rust store this year, up to a certain point, I have been using this account as the first buy order, as the fastest buy order. Now, I was trying to be a little bit smart about it, a little bit strategic. I did some lowball buy orders with this account in particular, right? Usually, the lower price buy order doesn't always work out perfectly. But, it's more likely to be the one to get like the best buy order and all that, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I thought I'd only offer up to about 15 quantity with the buy orders, all right? So normally I'd probably request like 50 skins and all that. But no, for this, 10, 15, and actually made some mistakes. Actually did 40 right there. Whoops. So, okay. I was trying to be smart and I was trying to see if I could take with what funds I had and go as far as I could. So as you might notice right now, all of the buy orders I currently have add up to £606, which is probably equal to about $800. But it's going to be a problem now because I have literally no funds. Let me tell you this, you might not know about this. If you can afford, or rather, if your buy order actually manages to go through and someone's actually sold their skin for a cheap enough price where you would be the person to buy it, if you do not have enough funds for that buy order, the buy order will relinquish and disappear. Oh, yeah, that might be a bit of a problem. So, unfortunately, that's just going to happen. Hey, if it wasn't a challenge, well, it wouldn't be a very interesting series, would it? So, that was the whole point. I can't add any more funds on this account and whatnot. I start off $100. I have to see what I can do with $100. Now, of course, with the previous video, I was up by 50%. Things were looking very nice. Well, now we are going through another challenge. Let me also remind you, I started this series back in April 2025, and I believe it was towards the end of April. I haven't gone through an Easter dip yet. So, well, here you go. We're going through one right now, and we're learning, okay? Now, first of all, some of you might be sitting here and saying, what's this? How are you able to see all this information? This is an extension called Steam Inventory Helper. I use two notable extensions on my Steam, that being Steam Inventory Helper and Augmented Steam. Now, if you want to use them as well, that's totally up to you, but I can't guarantee everything's fine and safe with them, right? But I have been using them for years, so that's what I'll say. So, okay, cool, understood. And with these extensions, it'll quite literally tell me if my buy order's too low. In this particular instance, I'm not going to complain, but yeah. As you'll see with like the Reptile Hunter tactical gloves, my buy order is £1.30. Right, let me just hop out of here. £1.30 for the gloves, but it says 161 right here. Well, if I click that, you'll find out that the highest buy order is actually 161. So basically, it's informing me if I want to be the highest buy order, I've got to offer a higher price. But I'm fine with that. You can stay there, right? I'll leave that for now. I'm very much under the impression that I might start like losing some buy orders, but I can accept that. Like my thoughts are, you know what? If something were to get real bad and real cheap, I don't necessarily want to be dumped on, do I? But if it was going to get real bad and I can't afford it, you know what? Let it go. I'd rather pick up something that's quite valuable, but every now and then a very cheap thing appears and I'll be the one to pick it up. I'm very fine with that. So yeah, let's have a bit of a purge of the skins that are probably going to be not very worth it and whatnot. Let them disappear. Let them get relinquished. I'm fine with that. Case in point, look at the Black Diamond crossbow. I offered 84 pennies. It's down to the highest buy order only being 93 pennies. Let's just give that a good look. Right now, it doesn't seem to be very profitable. Maybe in the further future it could be. We'll see. But I think I'll let that slide. But if I manage to keep the buy order, all right, we'll see how it goes. Maybe this is at its worst. All right? Maybe that's at its worst. Maybe that'll be fine to keep. So, all right, cool. This is the position I'm in. I've got my back to the wall and I'm just suffering. So, all right, cool. But the second thing I want to highlight is that you've got to maintain your buy orders. Now, clearly with what I'm seeing here, it's not too bad. And with an extension like this, it will inform you if you're actually the highest buy order. So, yeah, it seems that one's a little bit broken in particular, this one as well. It will warn you, hey, you're not the highest buy order, you're not the highest buy order. Ah, here you go. When it leaves it alone, that is when you're the highest buy order. 52 pennies, someone's above me. But currency exchanges and whatnot, yeah, that might be kind of being a little bit buggy there. But anyway, it still shows that I'm very close to at least the highest buy order. So that's nice to see. But you yourself have to monitor your buy orders. You yourself have to maintain your buy orders. So if I could just show you a nice example. Here's the Hedge account. Why am I looking at this in particular? Oh, you're about to find out. You might notice I don't have that much funds anymore. A good few weeks ago, this was basically maximum funds, but I exhausted it. I did as much buy orders as I could. I couldn't add any more funds to the account, so I've just been buying skins straight from the Rust store. And of course, I've been picking up a lot of things that have actually come out somewhat recently. All of these here are buy orders. And if you actually look at them, if we get up nice and close, you'll realise the vast majority of these skins, they've actually come out recently in recent Rust stores, haven't they? So if anybody sits here and questions Hedge, how on earth do people actually like sell their skins for so cheap? Why are you only offering certain prices and whatnot? Because I know when prices dip again, they go down. So if I just quickly go to Rust Help, there's the brand new Rust store. But let's just go ahead and look at the recent Rust stores so far this year. So I'm looking at the 1st of January. Yep, the very first Rust store this year. You will see with your own eyes, oh wow, the prices, they really did drop off. Yeah, and we're expecting that. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Now in February time, look at Lunar New Year. Wow, yay. Does that get manipulated? That's looking like it's getting manipulated. Anyway, so case in point, a lot of the more recent skins, they're struggling and suffering. And it's unfortunate, but every skin is usually struggling and suffering when it's a dip. Guess what? Around the summertime, or rather more specifically, around July and August time, kids are out of school. They're playing a lot more Rust. Well, when more people playing Rust, there's more demand for skins, there's higher prices. And that's what we saw post-Christmas. Because a lot of the people around the world, they had time off. It was Christmas break. Well, right now, a lot of those kids, they're probably preparing for exams. And there's a lot of adults out there, they've probably got some big projects to do and whatnot. Oh, no, there's just not enough time for Rust. And as you'll see over here with the player count, yeah, we're noticing a bit of a drop-off. But we are expecting it. We've seen it happen many times in the past. And last year is a great example. Notice and see how, yeah, the beginning of last year, great start. all-time peak player count we saw last year. Lovely stuff. But then it drops off around March and April. Well, interestingly, for the first time in 7 years, this year's February did better than January in terms of average player count. Most likely due to the fact that we had the naval update. All right, fair enough. Not going to complain about that. But I will inform you, post-Christmas was really good this year. And I noticed a lot of skin prices holding up quite nicely all the way through in February as well. So, all right, just want to give you that context. But this March, notice how we have a bigger drop-off. Now, I'll also sit here and say it's the very end of March. We're just about to have a weekend. Chances are the player count will pick up and, the average player count might improve a little bit. But I don't think it's going to recover enough, and I think the gap we see here will remain being bigger than what we saw last year. Well, guess what? April 2025 was worse than March 2025. Oh, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, again, this is something we've seen many times in the past, and unfortunately, when we have the Easter rush stores, it's usually around then where we really start to notice the prices being bad. Because it's during that period of time where people are looking at the rush stores and thinking, yeah, I don't care about that. And I've even had some people tell me today they didn't really care about this rush store. I mean, we had some interesting collection continuations, but it begins, right? So we're going to go through this slump. A lot of skins that came out somewhat recently, they'll be struggling, they'll be suffering. And it's situations like this where you have to be prepared for them. Because if you know something like this is going to happen, well, of course, if you do the right type of barter, boom, you'll be picking up a lot of skins. Now, back to maintaining barders. Of course, looking at the skins every day and just double checking and seeing where your barter sits in terms of all the other barders and looking at the price of certain skins and whatnot. That's a great way to maintain your barders, but it's quite time consuming. Well, unfortunately, another way of finding out is if you notice a lot of certain something suddenly being sold to you in quite high amounts. Case in point, look at this Chinese lantern. My buy order was £1.22. I was noticing I was picking up quite a lot of them. There's been a bit of a slump with this over the past year. Well, let's go ahead and talk about just that. As I said, my buy order was £1.22. And as you might notice, the highest buy order is now £1.12. So, unfortunately, I was the highest buy order. And unfortunately, a lot of people were throwing theirs at me. So, let's just quickly give you some context. Right now, this is sitting here at about just under $2. Highest buy order is about $1.50. And as you'll notice, over the past year, there's been a bit of a slump with this. This Chinese lantern has been brought back every single year, and usually it always recovers. So as you might notice, it gets brought back in February 2023. It actually recovers quite quickly. But as you'll see, August 2023, it doubles, triples in price. It actually did very well for itself. And the year after that, drops back down again because it's reintroduced. But it recovers, and oh my, it doubles and triples in price all over again. So that was the expectation. But this past 365 days, it really didn't do very well. So maybe only now has it started to suffer with the fact that a lot of people have bought it with pure intent to sell it. So, okay, So yeah, I couldn't keep that barter anymore, had to remove it. That's a nice way of making sure you maintain your funds, because if something's looking like it's only going to get cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, there's no point in keeping your barter. So, that's a nice example. Let's hop back over to Help Out because, something happened. Did Hedge do a good job in maintaining his barders here? Not really, no. Because what I'm about to show you is quite scary. That's a lot of asteroid breaker jackhammers. Yeah. They're all around the same price of 82 pennies. Oh dear. I got dumped on, didn't I? I was the highest barter, wasn't I? Yep. Yes, I was. So what's wrong, Hedge? Well, as you'll see right now, in my currency, they're 87 pennies. I bought them for 82 pennies. Oh dear. Now, jackhammers, they tend to be like a fairly rare sight to see. You don't really see that many jackhammer skins in total. So let me just quickly show you that. That was what I was hoping for. That's what I was expecting. So SMM, let's go over to you. Let's get a look. Look at all the jackhammer skins over the past year or so. And yeah, we did see another one, cream pie jackhammer. Oh, but yeah, the year before that we saw quite a decent amount of them. Twitch drops as well, but we don't really ever see tons of them. Guess what's going to happen for April 2026? Are you aware of the official Ruskin Making Discord? It's linked in the description of this video. Scroll down, get a good look at that. It will keep you informed of what the skin creators need to focus and whatnot. Of course, I'm sure you're fully well aware, we're about to have Easter Rush stores. So again, last week, they were informing skin creators, make sure you get those Easter skins made, blah, 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 blah. Do you see this? The focused item of the month for April 2026 is the Jackhammer. Oh, cool. What's wrong with that? It means we're going to suddenly see a lot more Jackhammer skins being accepted. And, case in point, look at the armored double doors, because this was the focused item of the month for March 2026. The first one, it appears, sells quite nicely. Not the most insanely appealing looking design, but the fact that we saw another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, So, yeah, back to Jackhammers. We had the Asteroid Breaker design. We then had the Valentine's design. And now we're probably going to see another 4 or 5 of them being accepted. Do you think it was a good idea to keep that barred? No. But I assure you this, I don't think the people that sold to me because that was going to happen. In fact, I think that only just got announced like a day or two ago, alright? So, I'm stuck with them now. And they're probably going to suffer and go down in price. But if I kept my ear to the ground, if I was actually maintaining these barders, by default, I should have stopped accepting these when I bought like 3 or 4 of them. I should have checked the price. If I noticed I was the highest barder, I should have anticipated that I was going to get dumped on. But I didn't do that. I wasn't maintaining my barders. And now, well, it might not be a very fun time. This is what I was alluding to at the very beginning. January was awesome. March, not so much. Let's go take a look at the inventory. So, here we are. Here's another thing I was hoping for. I thought that we would see a sequel for Rooster Mask. I thought the skin creator would consider doing that. He didn't do that. He didn't make a sequel. He didn't make any clothing. I did ask for burlap clothing. That would have been nice. But now I'm stuck with the bone helmet and the ponchos. If we saw a sequel of that could have spiked them on, spiked the price, and I'd have been very, very, very happy. Do I look happy to you right now? But anyway. Here's the Whiteout Kilt, the accidental purchase. I still believe that I'll go back up in price and I'll be able to sell it and it won't be too much of a problem. Looking forward to selling that July, August time. But waiting for July and August might be a bit of a pain because I've got like Flame Anarchy pump shotguns. I've got Senor Tomato AK-47s, although I don't think that's too much of a problem. In fact, if I just quickly look at you, this is still priced at 74 pennies, my currency. I bought these for 52 pennies. I do believe they'll rebound and not become insanely profitable, but profitable nonetheless. So I'm not too concerned about that. I did happen to pick up some of these lovely looking Lost Soul Garage doors. I picked them up for a fairly decent price of about 80 pennies my currency. Right now they're still over $1, a pound. I bought them for 80, highest barter right now is 93 pennies. I could sell directly to them and make a 1 penny profit. But I feel like I'm better off holding on to these and seeing what happens as time goes on. I do believe during the summer, when prices start peaking back up again, specifically July and August time, I do believe I'll be able to make a much better profit than what this is. So if I'm just a little bit more patient, I think things could work out. Fingers crossed. You might notice the Thunder Gold MP5s. I did remove that barter. I noticed the price was starting to drop off. Do I still have the barter here? Yeah, okay, so I definitely did remove it. Unfortunately, it dropped off pretty badly. But we have seen that behaviour before with other Thunder Gold skins. In fact, it's actually looking as if this is starting to go upwards again. Perhaps we might already be past the worst of it. Interesting. Very interesting. And that's not the only skin we'll be talking about where we see this. So, alright, cool. So, Thunder Gold, was it the fact that we also happen to see some more skins being accepted after you? We'll see. But yeah, just get a good look at all the inventory of skins I bought. I shouldn't have bothered with these. I shouldn't have bothered with a barter and that, but it happened, so... I've also picked up quite a lot of these hammers. That's fine. Hammers are reliable. I know for a fact these will go back up in price when times are good again. We don't get that many hammer skins, so that's a reliable thing. Yep. Cool. And what else have I picked up? Well, more Senor Tomato AK-47s. Unfortunately, the Alistair Valentine's garage door didn't really pick up that much. Oh, that's a nice little door here, and I've got quite a decent amount of these Heat Seeker SKSs. Unfortunately, we did see a lot more Heat Seeker SKS, a lot more SKS skins after the Heat Seeker SKS. That's what I meant to say. Sorry about that. Picked up some Bird of Love, luck, LR300s, and there's all the jackhammers. So I'm not going to cry about it. I know I'll be able to flip this for a profit, but that's me done for about a good few, for about a half a year now. I probably have to wait, July, as I said, another 4 months maybe, and then I'll be able to sell these. Not fun, is it? No. I stand by my point with what I said in the previous video of the series, so part 4. I think I probably should have started off with more than $100. I'm sure I will still manage to get all the way up to Big Grin, but starting this off, it's been pretty bad for the first year. I've been through quite a lot of these instances where I'm just sitting here and waiting. So if you want to start this off yourself and try your best to slowly build yourself up to a Big Grin, global buy orders, don't request too much, maintain your buy orders, and maybe start off with more than $100. So lessons have been learned. Lessons have in fact been learned. But, oh boy, all these jackhammers. What a pain you've been. I typed it wrong. There you go. JACKHAMMERs? No, JACKHAMMER. Yes. You're a sorry sight to look at. Maybe we'll use you for the thumbnail. Anyway, yeah. I will have to bear that mistake. Hopefully they do manage to rebound and go up in price a bit more. That would be nice. But it certainly isn't happening anytime soon. So, cool. Understood. And in regards to the the rooster masks, I actually went back in time, because you can do that with the Steam Inventory Helper extension. And I've reminded myself that I bought these for around $1. I bought them for 77 pennies, 76 pennies. You get the idea. I could sell this right now and get my funds back. But I'd rather just wait for a good times again. Maybe I'll just sell during then. I'll at least get something. But yeah, unfortunately, Skin Creator did not make a sequel, so I'm just sitting here like, oh, dang. All right then, cool. Right, so that's basically everything in regards to this account. So yeah, just got to wait now. Just got to sit here and wait. I currently have 59 buy orders. All of it adds up to £606, which is probably equal to around $800 to $850. I wonder how many buy orders disappear. Well, I'll just let it be, and we'll see what happens. So, all right, understood, all good. Maybe I still managed to pick up a super cheap thing. I still have some pennies left. We'll see. Right, anyway. And now, let me switch over to here, because I just want to quickly talk about, the prices of skins in general. So, we just saw the MP5. Hang on a minute. That doesn't look like it's going down in price anymore. It's been a bit of a weird month, hasn't it? As I said a little bit earlier, post-Christmas was so good, we saw prices maintaining all the way through into February as well. Well, you know what? I've got an interesting few skins to showcase to you. So it's not just Whiteout, it's also comics. Basically, this past post-Christmas, Whiteout kind of went up in price, didn't it? And it kind of became pretty expensive. So people look for other options. People look for alternatives. And the comics hoodie and pants are a cheaper option in comparison to Whiteout hoodie and pants. Right now, this hoodie, as you'll see, priced at $13 in the Steam market. Unfortunately, it was doing better back in January. So, let's go. Oh, there you go. That's just this past month. You'll see that was doing pretty good. That was, cool. 16, probably pushing up to almost $17, maybe? Yeah. And then it went down. But hold on a second, as you'll notice, whoa, are you go back up again? Yeah, I'm seeing this again. But let's just look at it in the grand scheme of things. Wow. That was a drop-off. Look at that. So, this past autumn-fall seasonal dip, oh yeah, things got pretty bad. But it wasn't that bad. Like, from here to here, I mean, you lost a significant chunk to a point, but... Whew. And you see what I'm saying in regards to prices were doing pretty good all the way up to February. Look and see that was actually peaking at the end of February. That's a rare sight to see. But again, lots of people still playing during February. Anyway, so it's almost as if the drop here is as much as the climb from here. But I do believe as we go through, of course, the next several months, as we get closer and closer to July and August, prices are expected to improve. So, okay, are we starting now then? Probably. It's going to be interesting to see how this develops from here and now. Anyway, let's also go take a look at the Whiteout hoodie. All right, $22 at the moment. 63 have sold in the past 24 hours. Wow. But then, over the past month, very similar behaviour. It was doing pretty good in February time, and it's been dropping off. How unfortunate. But in the grand scheme of things, oh wow, yeah, again, Look at that. It drops off by quite a portion. So from August to October, ooh, it's not looking very pretty. But then it actually peaks at the end of February again. And then, of course, it drops off again. So, again, the climb, the drop is almost as big as the climb. Not Jim, I'll answer that question in a bit. But anyway, do you see what I'm saying? This also looks as if it's starting to stagnate and actually start to go up in price in a bit. So keep an eye out. If you're looking to buy some skins, you might need to consider doing that now. This is kind of why I'm sitting here saying, you know what, I'm not too upset with the fact that I bought so much on the How Power account. Maybe I'll just let things slide. Maybe things will start to improve a lot sooner than I realised. So, of course, I had to make this video. And, of course, in reference to the fact that I accidentally bought one of these, well, it's sitting there at $25. And if I could just quickly go to here, oh, again, in the past month, you'll see it was doing pretty good. And then it's kind of dropped off. But now it's also starting to improve. Oh. And again, in the grand scheme of things, yeah, look at that. But, yeah, pretty good summer. Drops off autumn fall seasonal dip. Rises back up. Kind of trends downwards for a bit. It goes back and I'm quite all right. Everything's just basically matching up to the routine. Why not look back during post-Christmas last year and you'll see that, yeah, it starts to drop off a little bit around February, climbs up, improves ever so nicely around here. So are we going to see something like that for a lot more of the whiteout skins? The alternate options, perhaps? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But I certainly do hope a lot of things in general do improve. So this account, with the position you're in, hey, it is what it is. Everything that happened was expected. And at least I've given you a good visual. I hope you understand. Yeah, time's bad right now, but times will be good soon enough. And then again, times will be bad again. And then again, times will be good again, right? It's routine. It goes up and down all the time. But we pretty much know when it's going to happen. So, with no funds, we'll just see how it goes. I know some of you might sit there and say, Hedge, why not just sell the Whiteout Kilt? See what you can get. No. I'm good now. I've picked up my, I picked up what I can. And now I'll just leave it. And I'll see how much I can sell when it's July and August time. So, all right then. That's that. That's pretty much that. So, if you've got any issues or questions, you can comment below. We'll see if we can answer them. I might have to do another video because if it really does look as if the prices have started to improve as a separate video, not part of this series, yeah, I might have to go ahead and make that. Because I am surprised to have found that out. It looks as if prices aren't going to go that much lower. Well, we'll see how it is. Maybe we'll be making another video in about 4 months' time. How about that? Right. So, yeah, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope it was insightful and helpful for all of you. And I hope you fully understand Easter dip, it can be nasty. But now, let's be optimistic. Let's look forward to the future and hopefully make some of that sweet, delicious looking profit. So, once again, catch you later. Say goodbye.